What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 NHL 25 New York Islanders Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for supporting the last episode. If you also leave a thumbs up on this one, I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you guys watch the last episode as we actually went back-to-back our second straight Stanley Cup, actually our third straight Stanley Cup final. So if we could win the Cup in the last 2 years, we could actually repeat the 4 straight Cups the Islanders did in their, 80s dynasty. Obviously, chances of that are pretty low, but at least, it's still possible, which I did not think was going to be the case at the start of this series. Now, I realized last episode, guys, we do have to make a trade. The reason we cannot use our elite defenseman, Quenneville, here is because he's in the CHL. Won't let us call him up. We're currently at the max. It said 49 to 50, but I think the open spot must be a goalie. So I'm looking for someone that doesn't really have a ton of value. Burn, 2164. Honestly, you could probably move on from him. The rest of the guys, I do think, are playing in the AHL. We'll see if the Jets will just give us a 7th rounder for him. I tried like a 4, 5, 6. They said no. Even a 7th. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll just basically give him away for free. That way we can call our guy up. And now with this move, guys, HC would actually be going back down to the AHL. Thing is, he'll probably get called up to the NHL next season, as I believe Levshinov needs a new contract. I don't know if we're going to have the money to sign him. Plus, too, I'd like to have, Aitchison and Eklund play at least one season with this team. I think they're both going to be, the 2 best players in the AHL this year. So hopefully next year they finally get the call up. And so now after calling up Quenneville, guys, I'll give you an updated look at the team. Pretty much the same as what you saw at the end of last episode. Also did some tinkering. So first line there's the same. Skvortsov, Eichel, and Barzal. I think they're going to be really good. They also get that +5 chem. Holmstrom, Hagens, Yzerman should be solid as well. Round out the top 6. We then have Bird, Horvat, and Pinto. I think just an ultimate shutdown line there on the 3rd. Like you can see, Pinto's got a bunch of X factors. I also saw you guys commenting he's from Long Island. I didn't even realize that, so that's pretty perfect. I'll probably try and bring him back now for the last episode. You can see Horvat's defensive stats, Bird's like that should be one of the better, shutdown lines in the league. Wasselin, Valentini, and Ritchie, I think, is also an incredible 4th line. Probably not the best in terms of defensively, but hopefully that still works out. And next year, guys, we're looking at the defense. Hughes and Schaefer still on our top pair. We got Levshinov there we brought in with Reinbacher, Quenneville now on the team, and Thalberger. So, like, this defense is pretty ridiculous. Obviously, 2 starting is still Sorokin, 91. Ingram backing him up. Look at power play 1 here. I think they're all 90 plus, so like that should be really, really good. They get the +5. In the second unit here, we're giving some ice time to the younger guys, Valentini, Wasselin, so they're not just getting the 4th line there. 4-man power play 1's a +5. The second one there is a 0, but still looks solid. And then PK-wise, I think this is definitely the strong suit of this team. Like you got Horvat, Holmstrom, both so good defensively. You can see him, 93 D awareness, 92 stick check, a bunch of really good defensive X factors. Even Pinto and Bird there on the second unit. 3rd one there, Hagens is actually surprisingly kind of sneaky good defensively. 87 D awareness, 88 stick check. So overall, like I said, I really like the look of this team. I think we have a legitimate chance here to go back to back to back and complete the 3-peat. Now look at the AHL team here again. Eklund leading that forward group. I can see just kind of going through it, like this team is pretty solid, I think, top to bottom. Defensively here, actually looks like I forgot to add Aitchison. That definitely makes it a little bit better. Him on the top pair there with Manishin. You got this Belis guy, Brongo, Larson, Whipple, George, like they're all high 70s, and then AHL starting goalie there's Miller at 78. And now in terms of the ratings, guys, for this season, we've got 96 offense, 98 defense, 92 goaltending. So we actually went down in defensive rating by 1. We took out Aitchison, I think just because even though he's lower rated, he has better defensive stats. Quenneville better offensive, but Quenneville's going to get better in the season, so we could have 100 defense by the playoffs. We'll see what happens here, guys. Like I said, hoping this team can actually pull up the 3-peat. And actually, guys, before we do get started, something here, I have to look at the contract extension. So Skvortsov and Barzal both need new deals. These are going to be expensive, especially Skvortsov coming off entry level. Yeah, he wants 11.8. We do have $30 million extension. I was mentioning Levshinov, we might lose just because, it's going to be a lot of money. 1 year doesn't really get any cheaper. So we'll try like the 85% rule. We'll do like, 10.5. See if that's still within like the last 2 bars. Usually that's where you have to be for them to say yes. We'll just give ourselves a bit of wiggle room there. 10 point, honestly, we'll do like 7.5. That should be good. Giving him the 4 years. And now Barzal, our captain, we cannot lose. He wants 12 million. I wasn't expecting such a big raise, especially at 33. 4-year deal as well. Barzal is not giving us anything. Okay, so we could do a no move on Barzal. I'll definitely not trade him in the last year. So if we do a full no move, honestly, the full no move didn't even really increase it that much. But like because he's asking for so much, we can kind of take it down a lot more. We could offer him the same with full no move, 10.75. He's not young, so like the Ash shouldn't randomly change during the rest of the preseason. Horvat there also needs a new deal. This should be cheaper. Oh, it is. Okay, so we are running out of money, though, very quickly. Levshinov, Pinto, we cannot extend. Cal Ritchie. Yeah, okay, so we had 30 million bucks, but we had actually even more extensions than I expected. Levshinov's at 6. Again, I think he's the guy on the outside looking in. Waslin, Valentini. Oh my goodness, these are going to jump a big time. Okay, Waslin, I'm going to just overpay. We'll do $1 million for 1 year. I just want to make sure he says yes right now, because if he waits even a couple days, that ask could go up. Valentini, his is a bit more realistic there. 2 years at 2. I guess also Waslin hasn't played in the NHL yet, where Valentini has, so makes more sense. 1 year doesn't really change it, so we'll do 2 years, 2.2. See if he'll come back for that. Richie, you can't actually sign him. 87, $2 million bucks. He's probably going to cost a lot. Now Horvat, I do want to keep. 1 year doesn't really change anything, so the next GM can worry about that second year. We'll try like 5.75 there for 2. I think that should be, you know, close enough. Luckily, Sorokin is going to be still signed. Ingram, we could see if we can get him back at League Min. Okay, he's coming back. I mean, this guy is just, you know, for the boys here, trying to help out the team. Love seeing that. So I'll take a look and see what everyone says. I forgot to mention too, guys, when going through the edit line screen, we actually brought back John Tavares, but he's just like our 13th forward, literally only there trying to hand the cup off to him if we can win another cup. He never has showed up yet. You can see we got him signed $1 million bucks there the next 2 years. So that's the reason he's there. He might even retire, honestly, you know, by the end of this season, but figured it'd be fun to, you know, at least give us a chance. And there we go, guys. Horvat did say yes. I thought that was pretty fair, like just under 6. Barzal rejected. Too low, even with the full no move. Skvortsov, though, said yes. Same with Valentini. Okay. So the good news is we'll at least have a better idea now of how much money we have for next season with some of those guys accepting deals. We still have just under $5 million for the deadline this year. Barzal. Okay, so we have 14, and his ask has gone up to 14 from 12. Why is it? See, this is what I mean. I don't understand. He's still a 90. His ask has gone up $2 million bucks. Was our, you know, offer that insulting? Wow, and we still have to extend Cal Ritchie. We are going to be losing some players. Like, oh my goodness. We can't lose Barzal. Like I said, he's the captain. I'm trying to think who we could lose. Holmstrom there, 3.6 for a 90 is crazy good. Maybe actually we'll have to trade Horvat, because if we want to bring back Pinto, Long Island boy, maybe he can kind of just take over for Horvat. Cal Ritchie's probably gone. Levshinov's gone. And then I think we could probably have enough for Barzal, but yeah, it's definitely going to be tight. And so now, guys, we're at the end of December with a record of 19, 14, and 1. We have the 3rd spot in the division, but we're only 3 points back of that division lead with a couple games in hand, so not too bad. Definitely a bit of a slow start to the year. We're kind of like hovering around 500. AHL team looks really good, 21, 7, and 2 there, and they are first in the division, so hopefully both these teams keep going. And so now, guys, with the deadline here with a record of 35, 24, and 2. Definitely starting to play a little bit better. 2nd place now in the division. 6 back, the Devils. They got the 78 points. AHL team here, 37, 13, and 5. They're first in their division. Looking very, very good. And the AHL scoring leader right now is actually Matt Maggio, 51 points. Love seeing that. And in the NHL, it's Jack Eichel, 61. Quinn Hughes, those close, 54 again. I've mentioned before, he's just a cheat code in this game. Same goes with Cale Makar. Both those guys just sim so well. So obviously we're buyers. We're trying to pull off this three-peat, and we had that slow start to the year, but we should at least be in the playoffs, and once we're there, I think we can do some damage. Cutter Gauthier, 93 overall, 1 year left. I mean, that would cost us so much. You got Matty Beniers there, 90 overall. Kind of gives us what we have in Horvat, Pinto, you know, a good two-way center. Zellweger there, 90 overall, okay. Robert Thomas actually doesn't have crazy value considering the rating. Jamie Drysdale there, 1 year left, it's up to an 88. Laferriere, Ryan Leonard, Shea Theodore, Jeremy Swayman, obviously don't need with Sorokin. Same goes for Lennon. Okay, so there's definitely some options. What was Leonard's rating? I think I missed that. 88, making 16 million. Okay, the Capitals got a little bit crazy on that one. I'm trying to think who would fit into this roster the best. I mean, Robert Thomas, if we could add him for the right price. And so here, guys, my offer: Robert Thomas, Cal Ritchie, plus Dixon, who's an elite goalie. Again, Cal Ritchie, 87 overall. He's definitely going to want to raise on that $2 million bucks, and I just don't think we're going to be able to afford it. So if we can, you know, flip him for Thomas here, just give us more chance in this push this year, I think it makes sense. Plus Dixon, we actually have another elite goalie in Ozelinch. Not a huge loss. Value, I think, is on our side. Have them retaining 50% just to give us more money if we want to make another trade. And the Blues say no, quite far off. I thought that was pretty fair. I mean, honestly, we got one draft left. 2032 we can't even use. This is usually the latest draft picks I like to trade. We could move this, you know, 2032 first rounder. That alone probably gets us Robert Thomas. And it does. Okay, so there we go. I think that is a big time trade Don't have any more firsts to move, but we do still have a ton of picks, as you guys saw, and maybe if we're lucky in this year's draft, could actually, pick some gems that we can flip at next year's deadline. And now, guys, the trade deadline is complete. We just made the one trade there for Robert Thomas. I feel like that should be enough to kind of push us over the edge. John Marino there going to the Red Wings, Ty Nelson, the Devils, Carlo there, the Blackhawks, Spencer Knight to the Oilers, interesting. Philip Machar there going to the Minnesota Wild, our trade for Thomas. Nichushkin there to the Wild, Oregon there to the Vegas Golden Knights, Noah Cates to the Rangers. Emil Vinny there, Canadians. Gooley going to Utah, that's actually pretty big. Kokaniemi to the Flames. Sean Walker to the Wild. So not a ton of trades, but some pretty, impactful ones, I'd say. And now Joel Hofer's on waivers. I'm just kind of curious, what's his rating? 81. Okay, if we didn't have Ingram, that actually would have been a nice pickup. And now after the trade deadline, guys, just an updated look at the team. I think we are looking so stacked. So first line there is still together. Barzell's actually dropped the rating to 89, so I'm hoping that'll mean we can get him a little bit cheaper. Second line is now Yzerman, Thomas, and Hagens. They get a +4. Third there's Bird, Pinto, Holmstrom also getting a +4. The fact Holmstrom's a 91, but his role there, second line forward, again, he's all defensive. I think he's just like the ultimate third liner. Think like a Brad Marchand, Waslin, Horvat, and Valentini as well. Insane fourth line. The one thing I think is really cool is we constantly have a zone ability player on the ice. You got Horvat there, Holmstrom, Thomas Hagens, Eichel, Barzell. Like, that should give us a big advantage against teams. Defensively, I think, is the exact same, but Quenneville there is up to an 83. Also, I guess we always have a zone ability player on the ice in Sorokin, who actually has dropped to an 88, which kind of sucks. And I think, too, in terms of Robert Thomas, he's actually playing quite a bit for us. He's going to be on the top power play unit. He's also on the second four-man here, and I think he's on the third PK, so definitely be getting a lot of, ice time out of him, as, again, he's definitely a strict rental, but should make our team that much better. And then AHL-wise, I think it is pretty much the same. They've been dominant, so hopefully they can keep it up. And so now, guys, we're at the end of the season here with a record of 48, 31, and 3, which is good for 99 points. We finished second there in the division, only a win back of the Devils, so pretty strong rebound. Best team in the league this year was actually the Buffalo Sabres. You can tell we are, 6-7 years into the future. AHL team, 46, 19, and 5. They have 97 points, putting them first place in their division. I don't think they're going to win the league, though. And I'll look at the stats for this year, guys. You can see Eichel there at a point per game, leading the team in points. Hughes, though, just behind him with 78 is solid. Barzell, 68. Again, there's no way he commands 14 million with 68-point season. At least I don't think he should. Yzerman, 37 goals, was our leader. Hagens, 59. Hoping for a bit more than that from him. Take a look here and see how Robert Thomas did with us. 15 and 21. I think that's pretty solid. Skvortsov there, 54. Play on the first line, definitely should have had more when Barzell's in the 60s. Eichel is a point per game, so maybe Skvortsov, I don't know, we'll give Yzerman a chance in the final season instead of him. Horvat had 46, playing, all throughout the bottom six. Waslin, 42. Fourth liner, second power play is really impressive. Holmstrom still had 40. Bird there. Pinto could have scored more, but again, he's more of a defensive player. Valentini, I should mention, at 35 too, which I think is pretty solid. Sorokin stats here, 914, he had 7 shutouts, 252 goals against. Ingram actually had pretty much identical stats, so I think both goalies played really well. Miller there, okay, both AHL goalies are also like the exact same, that's kind of funny. Green in the AHL at 61, Maggio with 60, Eklund 57, so that first line definitely carrying the team. And in terms of the entire league here, guys, McKinnon winning the Art Ross Trophy, 117, followed by Pastrnak, McDavid, Draisaitl. Makar, of course, is up there, Matthews Point, Marner, and Lindholm. And in terms of goals, David Pastrnak had 70, so that's why Elias Lindholm was so high up there in terms of the point total. Quinn Hughes is second, but the plus-minus isn't going to be good enough. Makar there definitely winning another Norris. Goalie wins, Hellebuck there, and Jacob Fowler both had 43. The best save percentage is Ottinger with a 9.25. And the best goals against here is Ullmark, 2.39. I think Ottinger, I don't know, probably gets it, but that's just something I'm missing. Rookie skaters here, Bilesma on the Capitals, 51. It's actually tied, but he had a better plus-minus. Waslin finished top 3 in points. Dang, maybe should have played him higher up in the lineup. I think he could have won the Calder. And look at the entire league here, guys. As we mentioned, Sabres there winning the Presidents. I mean, the fact the top 3 teams were all from the Atlantic's actually kind of nuts. Detroit there is in 8th. So, yeah, half the top 8 teams are in one division. Definitely stacked. And you got some teams squeaking in. Vegas, Anaheim at 21 and 22 with only 85 points make the playoffs. And the Canadians down at the bottom, 58 points. So strange how I think they honestly started doing a lot worse after we traded them Dobson. Hopefully, for Habs fans' sake, not the case in real life. We finished third there in goals for. Goals against here, the Sabres were the best. Tied with the Sens, and we were the third best. So yeah, we still had like a really solid year, I think. And now in the first round, guys, we're up against the Hurricanes. Obviously, I've played them before. Stankoven, they're up to a 90. They brought in Nuge. Slipikov still there, is an 87. I can't believe how good he got for them, getting all those X factors as well. Again, for us, he wouldn't have had that ice time. Defensively, I remember, like, is kind of their weak spot now, which is funny because usually that's the strong suit. Even the goaltending isn't really the best, so we should have the advantage, but obviously come playoff time, anything can happen. Definitely, can't get ahead of ourselves here. So we'll have home ice advantage and for the first 2 rounds, and then I think it'll be matchup dependent come conference final as well as Stanley Cup final. But here we go, guys. First 2 games are going to be in New York, and we win game 1 there 3-0, so big shout out from Sorokin. Game 2 is also a win, a 6-2, so head to Raleigh now. Would love a sweep. Boys can rest up for the second round. Unfortunately, lose game 3 there, but it was close, 3-2 OT loss, and then we actually came back and won game 4, 4-1. So Sorokin's having a really good series, hasn't allowed more than 3 goals, and there we go, we get it done in 5. And now in the second round, guys, we're matched up with the Devils. You can see there, first lines, Hischier, Hughes, and Bratt. Definitely weird they're putting Hischier on the wing when he's got the face-off X factor, and Hughes there. Somehow it was actually 77. They must have gone up during the series. Interesting, a couple guys that have grown to mid-80s, bottom 6, doesn't look the best. Isaac Howard, though, they got on the 4th line. Hughes and Mets on the top pair. Okay, so they come through. Pesci's back on the team. Interesting. Ty Nelson's there. Igorov, hopefully is how you say that, is their starting goalie. Montembeau backing him up. So kind of some of the Hurricanes, we definitely are the better team. I don't know if honestly any team in the league is as good as us on paper. I guess we'll find out, through these playoffs. But here we go, guys. First game is a loss, unfortunately. Luckily, only lost by 1. And then we answered back there in game 2 with a 3-1 win. And that was actually in New Jersey, so my bad. I thought we had home ice advantage the entire way, but the Devils, that was right. They beat us out. I thought we got first in the division. We got second. Luckily, we come home. 3-1 win, 6-3 win. We're looking really good now. That's 3 straight wins. All we got to do is win 1 of the next 3. And look at that, 9-3. That was a big-time win. And now we had the Maple Leafs. Okay, is it time? Maple Leafs conference final. Do we sub in John Tavares, our secret weapon here? I think we might have to. Sorokin's looking incredible through these playoffs. He's got a 9-3 save percentage, 2 goals against. Look at the matchup here at the Leafs too. You can see we're first in goals for. They are second. We have the better goals against. We have the better power play, the better PK. Matthews, though, 24 points. My goodness. So I'm looking here, guys. I don't even really know. I guess we could take out Valentini. Horvat's 87 overall. It could be a first liner. Waslin's 86. He's got 3 points. Horvat's got 4. Valentini's got 6. Oh my goodness. Is there someone that's not performing? Valentini has the same amount of points as Cole Eiserman, so yeah, he's doing super well. I guess Waslin only has 2 goals and an assist, but he's got 91 D awareness. And I'm looking at Tavares here. He's still 82 overall with the big tipper X factor. Has terrible skating, 1.5 stars. Still has 92 faceoffs though, 88 D awareness, decent puck skills. If we put him in for Waslin, he would actually be in front of the net on the second power play, which would work out really well with that big tipper. So honestly, Horvat's faceoffs are slightly lower, but I think with the gold quick draw, he actually would have better. So we'll try Tavares there on the right wing, 4th line, just for this series, just for fun. See if he can be the hero here against his old team. And now looking at the Leafs, they're top heavy. Nyes, Matthews, Marner, Nylander's still there. Cowan, then they got an 80 Cotter. So yeah, they just have no depth behind those 4. Defensively, honestly, isn't terrible. It's kind of on par with the rest of the teams. I guess the Devils have the best with a nice top pair. Jacob Fowler, we saw one of the best goalies in the league this year, at least in terms of the wins. So we'll get started here, guys. Hopefully, bringing in Tavares there, it does work out for us. And obviously, too, with it being the conference finals, we'll sim each of these games period by period. I can't believe, still, worst case scenario, we made 4 straight conference finals. That is definitely a feat. Up 2-1, Barzal and Eiserman. I was really hoping Tavares could have the first goal. Hughes there. And we hold on. Actually, Hagens with the game winner. So here you go, guys. Game 2, should mention first 2 games here in Toronto. And we're down 3-2. Let's see, Eiserman. And actually, Eiserman's got 2 for us. 5-3 now. Eiserman with the hat trick. Someone's got to help him out here in the 3rd. And, okay, Hagens did get 1, but still falls short there, 6-4. So now game 3 here, guys. We're back home in New York. Series is tied 1 apiece. First period there, 1-1, Robert Thomas. Second period, Barzal. And 4-2, let's go. Barzal again, Holmstrom. I just realized we put in Tavares. He has yet to get a goal. I haven't looked to see if he's gotten any assists or anything. We'll give him the first 4 games at least. And then we'll take a look. If he has 0 points, say, after this, I'll put Waslin back in. But let's see. We're playing at home. And they're up 1. Tom Wilson. 3-2 now. There. Okay. He wakes up. I call him out. Tavares, Valentini, Skvortsov. Are you kidding me? And the comeback win. Skvortsov got another, but they got 3 straight goals. Game winner from Gavin Brindley. 28 seconds left. Jeez. And now Tavares has 2 points here in 4 games. Actually isn't that bad. Waslin had 3 points through 2 series. Tavares already has 2 points in 4 games. That's definitely a better, point production ratio. So we'll keep him in for this one. Again, series is tied 2-2. We're heading to Toronto now. This is a big game. Either we get the lead or have to, win back-to-back. And up 4-2 early. Eiserman, Skvortsov with 2. Robert Thomas. That's a big Trade deadline pickup, still 4-2. And wow, no scoring, 46 shots. Everyone just tired there after a crazy first period. So all we have to do now is win one of these next two games. Game 6 is at home. If there's a Game 7, we'll be back in Toronto. We'll be playing either the Avs or the Preds if we do make it to the Stanley Cup final. So here you go, guys. Big Game 6 and 0-0. And 2-1. Holmstrom and Schaefer. And we hold on 3-1. Eisman on the power play. Let's go. So 4th straight Stanley Cup final. I think, yeah, regardless of what happens, at this point, you got to call this team a dynasty. And this is actually kind of cool. Patrick Waugh, coaching against his old team in the Stanley Cup final here. And I'm really hoping, okay, so the first game accidentally simmed. We lost there in OT. It didn't even give me a chance to cancel it after, talking to Waugh. And now Tavares did another point, guys. He's a -2. I think, it's time. We can bring Wasselin back in. Tavares was just, the cheat code there against Toronto. Wasselin is a +5. So, yeah, I think, overall is better there fitted. And now this Avs team here, of course, is top heavy. Troy Terry actually joined the team. McKinnon's there still 93. He's actually dropped a bit. Nate is 92. Garland, interesting. Cousins, Kuzmenko. Okay, so they've done some work. Raquel's there. Alexander Holtz is their 4th line center, which is super interesting. He's like an offensive winger, so should be able to win that matchup. Defensively, they got McCarr. They got actually some guys. Guliev's still there, 85. Nabokov up to a 91. That's right. He did get really good. So matchup-wise, Nabokov's got the better save percentage and goals against. We're first in goals for. They're first in goals against. We're better power play. They're better PK. Eichel, they're actually outscoring McKinnon by a few points. So I think it's at least a 50-50, if not, the odds on our side. They actually have lost less games so far in these playoffs. So here you go, guys. Obviously, going to continue here period by period. First game was in Colorado. So if we can, come out of Denver 1-1, I'll be happy with that. Unfortunately, down 2 there after 2. And have no goals in Game 2. That's tough. 35 shots, and Nabokov stopped all of them. Luckily, though, guys, Game 3 is back at home. So, have a chance to tie things up here if we can win the next couple. Wasselin, Yzerman. So, Wasselin, rested, gets a goal. Garland steal for them. 4-3. Yzerman and Quenneville steal again. 5. Steele has a hat trick. Sam Steele the hat trick. Are you kidding me? Shots are pretty much equal. We have to get the OT winner here. It's going to second OT. There we go. Skvortsov. Okay. If we didn't get that team, we probably would have been done, because I'm trying to think. Once ever a team came back, Stanley Cup final, down 3-0. I believe it was the Leafs against the Wings back in like the original 6 era. So here you go, guys. Now we have a chance to tie the series up. Like I was saying, it's 1-1. Quinn Hughes, 3-2. Quenneville, Yzerman. And there we go. 6-3. Huge third period. And all of a sudden the series is tied. So just like that, I think the momentum is back our way. We are heading to Colorado now, but still, all we got to do really is win one game in Colorado, assuming we can, win Game 6 there at home. Can we get it done in Game 5? 2-1 lead early. Wasselin again. Okay. Yeah, this guy was just waiting for his chance. 4-2. Hughes and Yzerman. And we hold on there. We actually got outshot, but there you have it. 3 straight wins. All we need now is one more for the 3rd straight Stanley Cup. This would be incredible. So Game 6, winning it at home would be even better. Let's see what happens here, guys. First period. And they're up. Or sorry, they're up. We're up 2-0. I hate how it's still blue. I think we're going to be orange. Bird and Skvortsov. Still 2-0. We'll resume simulation here. Okay. Sorokin, we need a game from him. About halfway through the 3rd. Still 2-0. Boys are out shooting them by a little bit. 4 straight wins in the Cup final. For our 3rd straight Cup would be crazy. So 2-0 there. 30 seconds to go. Obviously, we'll be the coach. These guys got to earn it themselves. And so here we go, guys. In terms of the ratings, we've got 6 better offense, 11 better defense, and 4 worse goaltending. Interesting. So our defense actually dropped again. It was 99 start of the year when we had Aitchison in. It dropped to 98. Now 97. I don't really know what's going on, because our defensive player ratings have gone up. So who knows? Horvat there, the 4th line. 30 seconds left. They wanted to make sure he won the faceoff. I respect it. Valentini, Wasselin. Valentini takes one. 20 seconds left. They can't even pull the goalie. What a forecheck from Valentini, more of a playmaker, and he gets a goal. Wow. You love seeing that from the young guys playing on the 4th line. And that was actually Skvortsov, guys, I guess, who got the goal. I thought Valentini, I don't know what happened there. Valentini got the goal. I don't know. Maybe that was just a weird graphic, but Skvortsov's out there now. Matchy just scores one there. Make up for the glitch. 3-0. You'd think they'd pull the goalie. They're actually not going to. Sorokin there, big save. 5 seconds away from actually a shutout, too, in the Stanley Cup winning game, which would be huge for him. Speaking of which, there they have it, guys, the Cup. I think it would probably be getting taken out before 5 seconds. Hit leaders there for the playoffs. Liam Pugh on the Preds. Interesting. So, Eichel, they got the first line out here. No chances. Doesn't win it, but Schaefer's got it. Let's go. And there you have it, guys. New York Islanders are back-to-back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. This is crazy. We have a chance to repeat the dynasty in the final episode. Obviously, we're going to be losing some guys. Levshinov. Hopefully not Barzal. We already lost Richie. We're not bringing back Robert Thomas. But the core of this team will be coming back. So I'm really excited about what they can, possibly do here. Obviously, right here, we got the handshake line. And now next year, guys, we got Matt Barzal winning the Conn Smythe, 30 points. So I was talking about maybe getting a discount on him, but I don't know about now. Also, too, I just realized if we wanted to, hand the cup off to Tavares, we probably had to have made him a healthy player in the Stanley Cup winning game. So I did all that and totally forgot. Unless, he's still on the team in real life, like the scratch guys, they come out for the cup, presentation. I feel like in this game, probably not going to happen, though. And again, guys, we got Barzal coming out here for the third time. He's got to be one of the best captains in Islanders history at this point. And there you have it, lifting the Stanley Cup. Never get tired of that. And here we go. Can you give it to Tavares? I saw the Jonathan Quinville. I thought for a second he was there. Okay, so Tavares isn't an option. We're going to give it to the local boy, though. Shane Pinto, first handoff. And there you have it, guys. Pinto lifting that Stanley Cup. Next here, definitely not giving it to the rookie. I guess Cole Eiserman. Been a really good player for us. And you know what, guys? I said I was going to give it to a rookie, but I'm changing my mind. Wasslin played fourth line. Obviously, came up huge there in a couple games. Was fine with, giving Tavares his spot against the Leaf. Just an ultimate team player. And now here you have it, guys. I'm hoping they put up 3 fingers. I think they should. I think it's after 3 where they stop doing it. Or actually, are they just doing 2s? The one guy I thought was doing 3s, but that's just his thumb. So yeah, I guess 2 is where they max out. I don't know how much harder it is to code that 3rd finger, but that's okay. Stanley Cup champs, New York Islanders. And right there, guys, you look at the team. Again, very similar to the team that won last season, but, I think in bringing Robert Thomas was a big add, plus some of our younger players making that jump. And again, guys, I totally forgot to check the AHL team, and wow, are you kidding me? They're so stacked, and they got swept first round by Hartford. That's kind of nuts. And there you have it, guys. Playoffs are complete. We won the Stanley Cup, and then the San Jose Barracuda there with the Calder. And a lot of results are in here, guys. LA jumping from 7-1. And this is, of course, the 2031 draft. So I don't even know. Dudes getting drafted would be like 12 right now. Or 11. They'd be quite young, that's for sure. And look at the playoff tree here, guys. Of course, we know our road to it. Now, the Avs, they beat the Stars in 5, Jets in 5, Preds in 6, before losing to us in 6. So, they were rolling there. Never even went to a Game 7 before. I guess never did, even with us. But we beat them. Barzal there, like I said, came alive in the playoffs. 30 points. Love that. Sportsov there as well. 29. He did a lot better. Actually gained a bunch of X factors. 91. I think that's already his rating. Eichel there, too. Became more of a playmaker. Eiserman had 14 goals, 20 points. Hughes had 20. Robert Thomas there did look really good for us, like I said. Love that acquisition. I mean, Valentini playing 4th line, putting up 14. That is so impressive. Like, maybe he should be 3rd line next year. I'll throw Bird there on the 4th because he's got the potential, but he is more defensive. And then Sorokin here for us gave us a 919, 241, down to an 86. Again, that just has to do with his age, not his performance, but it is the last year. And look at that, 3 straight cups. I mean, you love to see it. The 1 Presidents, and of course, 2, the 4 straight Prince of Wales. We'll try and get a 5th in the final year. Art Ross there, McKinnon, also got the Hart. McCarr, James Norris, his 3rd straight. McKinnon, Lady Bing. Bilesma got the Calder. Barzal, Conn Smythe. Allmark there, Vezina Trophy, along with William Jennings. You got Pickering there, Bill Masterton. Green got the Jack Adams, Frondell, Selke, McKinnon, Ted Lindsay, and then Pasternak. 4th straight, Maurice Richard. So he's kind of a cheat code in terms of goal scoring. Now, AHL-wise, this Vasilevsky guy just dominated. Puka there, best rookie, also on Silver Knights. Geez. So the Vegas AHL team is just going off. And doesn't look like we got a single... Actually, Miller, lowest goals against. Okay, so we got something there. And now look at this, guys. Checking out retired players here. Kucherov, 1,500 points. What a career for him. Retires there with the Lightning. Tavares also retires there after that season. I mean, he sat out the whole year. Came in against the Leafs. I wish we could have just seen him lift the cup. It really sucks you can't choose that. But I did kind of mess it up. Game 6. I should have put him in, but honestly, we won, so can't be, too upset. Jamie Benn there was a free agent. Ryan O'Reilly, JT Miller, Carlson, Mark Sotervainen, Morgan Riley, Morrissey, Hyman. Geez, some big-time players for sure retiring this season. And then looking at goaltenders, Mrazek, Stolars. Okay, so I think technically Sorokin maybe could have retired this year, but that would have been crazy if he did. And we're going to get to the draft here, guys. I'm just kind of curious what Robert Thomas would want. 11.6. So yeah, no way we're going to be able to keep him. Maybe you can get, a pick for him though. And then Barzal, he's come way down, 10.4. He was at like 14. He also only wants a 1 year. It's like he knows we're going to retire after the next season. So all of a sudden we have some money. You know what? I want to make sure we do get him because this is a big time deal compared to what he asked for before. We'll do 1 year, 975, and hopefully he says yes. And then Levshinov there wants 6. So could potentially bring Levshinov back. Actually, no, not if we want to keep Pinto. So I think, yeah, Levshinov will be gone. But the good news is because of Barzal's big drop in ask, I think we can actually keep Horvat now. And he's actually gone up to an 89, even though he's playing 4th line. That is super interesting, but huge for us. And now look at this, guys. The Canadians have the 2nd overall in the block. Blackhawks have the 4th. Interesting. I don't think like either of those teams doing that great. Looks just like your standard 5 medium elites at the top of this draft. And that's a medium, so kind of surprising. We got a low elite there. Gonna be like 7th round. Medium elite goalie. Gonna be, what, early 3rd rounder. So good value. Medium top 4. I don't think he'll actually make it to us, but just in case. You got high elite goalie. Oh my gosh. Russian. Maybe he's high elite, honestly, opposed to high starter. And he'll be an early 3rd rounder. Let's see. Medium elites. Guaranteed. The centerman. Swedish. Ackerman. Let's go. So another one's a goalie. And we have a ton of picks. Another goalie, 134. Another goalie. I mean, yeah, he's guaranteed. How there? Good chance, but gonna be going early. This guy here, Rolison, 119. Oh my gosh. So we actually have a ton of picks. And hopefully we hit on some of those. So right here, you guys trying to move up 6 spots in that 2nd round to get a medium top 4 defenseman. I'm actually giving the sign rights to Robert Thomas to the Canucks. Radish they were just taking back for the contract. Actually have to retain on Thomas, which is dumb, but they should say yes. The value's on our side. Thomas' value there for signing rights is pretty high. Maybe you can actually even add a 4th rounder. Okay, they said no. Let's see if they would at least give us a 7th rounder, though. They said quite far off. They do it without the pick. Okay, so I guess the original offer was solid. And now Levshinov signing rights here, trying to trade to Vegas for a 4th. They say yes. So we should have a ton of picks here in this draft. Yeah, to get a bunch of those guys we pinned. And our first pick here, guys, is going to be number 42. Before we do make it, looking at the 1st round, at least the top of it. Yeah, just kind of your standard medium elites, the first couple. Oh, actually, wait, there was only... Oh, no, there. Seattle somehow got the medium elite guy at number 9. Bunch of teams. Flames, Penguins, Blues, Sharks all mess up. And the first 2 guys there were low 80s. So at this point, we want that medium top 4 in Voracek. And he's a 63 overall. That's, yeah, really good value there. Early 2nd. And now I guess we need a bunch of, like, early 3rd round picks. Wallace here's a gem. Guaranteed medium elite goalie. Phrase there, also guaranteed medium elite. Then you got Ackerman there, as well as Vorobayev. So, I mean, I think he's potentially high elite. We want him. We want Ackerman because he's a forward elite. We can definitely just get, you know, one of the 2 here, Fraser Wallace. But we need a few 3rd round picks there. All right, so trying to get Montreal's, giving them a 6th rounder here. They have to drop back 30 spots. They say yes, though. And then for LA here, trying to move up 3 spots, giving them a future 7th. They say yes. And I just realized that was actually the wrong pick. I was supposed to move the 72nd. We'll try that here with a 7th to get Buffalo's 60th. They say yes, okay. So I send to our next pick here, guys. It's the end of the 2nd round. Again, we have, you know, a lot of different guys there. Like, I'd like to get at least 2 of these guys. Ideally 3. Maybe Wallace will take first because the gem, like I said, pass on Phrase, then get Ackerman there and Vorobayev. So Wallace, let's see. 62 overall, medium elite. Then Marchand and Glenn just went. So next here, we're probably going to take Ackerman just because he is like the skater that's medium elite. Definitely going to have the most value. And he's 53 overall, so not terrible. And right here, guys, trying to get our 3rd round pick back from the Kings, offering up a 4th rounder plus a 7th. They say no. I could add, like, Brongel Larson here. He's just like an AHL guy. And again, we're getting an elite player. Could take back Tarconi, who they don't want. So this should be, or actually, Fogel. Same thing. And there we go. So as long as the Penguins don't take our guy, which, of course, is that Russian goalie, I'll be so upset if they took him. No, they did not, actually. Both still there. So Vorobayev could be high starter, but obviously worth the risk for high elite. And he is a high elite. Let's go. 52 overall. So he'd be huge in a trade package. And right here, guys, trying to move up 6 spots in the 4th round just to make sure we get another medium elite goalie. I actually put out a tweet the other day about that medium elite goalie from Slovenia looking at you in the 5th round. This is definitely the case here. Like, we are picking up so many medium elite goalies. And this guy, Culp, 59 overall. That's solid. We still have Bourgeois in, like, the 7th round. Also, Goldman, who's going to go, like, in the 5th. I'm trying to get another 4th round pick here, guys. Trading one next year because I didn't realize that one dude could be a skater medium elite is about to go. So we made a trade there with the Kings. And I'm looking at Rolison here. He's got 3 out of 4 bars. Come on. And he is medium elite. Oh my goodness. This might be a draft for the ages. And unfortunately, it's the last draft of the series. So never going to see these guys grow. And now guys are going to try trading a 5th rounder next year to the Flames for their 5th. They say yes. Usually, like, even though they had an earlier 5th, if the pick's on the block, you're trading them one, like, next year. They might just not see anyone there that's, you know, worth taking. They're willing to trade back. We, of course, know this Goldman dude from Hungary is a medium elite goalie. So we just keep hitting, which is crazy. And now next year, guys, trying to make a similar trade to the Buffalo Sabres. A 7th rounder this year plus a 6th next, so they're 6 and 7 this year. They say yes. It basically means we can get like the last 3 guys we have pinned. So I'll send a pick number 160 here. It's actually the last pick in the 5th round. And so with that one, we are going to take Bourgeois here, who's a medium elite goalie. Only 47 overall, but still a solid pick. And our next pick here, guys, is late in the 6th. So we're going to take Capaduco just because he is higher rated. Supposed to be low elite, and he is 60 overall as well. That's actually really solid for the end of the 6th round. And our last pick here is the last pick of the draft, Mr. Relevant. Leclerc there to the Avs is actually solid. Look at our draft so far. It's actually not even everyone we've taken, but I mean, 4 in a row medium elites. I know 3 of them are goalies, but they're also not even showing the medium elite center we got. But that's okay. Regardless, you guys know just, you know, how good this draft has been for us. And so, final pick, our guy actually went. I thought he was ranked like 230 something. Maybe the Avs took the guy I wanted. You know what? That is okay. We'll just take a chance on someone. Emmanuel Picard could be low elite. Imagine he is. He's a low top 9. Okay, so he screwed it up a little bit there, but still. We got so many assets to work with now. We could probably make some crazy trades happen. I don't know about this summer, because like most of our team is honestly set. But in terms of like the deadline, we could probably bring in 2 superstars. And there you go, guys. Matt Barzal did accept that offer. So like I said, with him taking less money, should actually be able to, you know, hold on to Bo Horvat now, which is huge. Take a look here and see. So we do have 7.4 million in cap space still. And again, all of our top players are under contract. Quinn Hughes actually went up. He was a 96. Now he's a 97. I mean, that is crazy. I'm curious, what's Cale Makar? Cale Makar is a 96, so Quinn Hughes is above Cale Makar at this point. Even though Makar has won the last 3 straight Norrises, Hughes won the last 3 straight Stanley Cups. Reinbacker there also a 90 now with highly potential, so that Dobson trade really worked out. Like, we were trading the much better piece, but I mean, we got back, you know, some really high picks. Cannot complain. So we mentioned wanting Pinto. He's down to an 84, whereas Horvat's an 89, so Pinto's definitely the 3C. Fogle was just there for the roster spot. Eklund, we did want to, you know, have on the team this year. Aitchison as well. Pinto, wow. So did not expect that, but awesome. $2 million flat. And he says yes right away. So that worked. I mean, it sucks he dropped in rating, but it definitely helped us salary cap wise. Radish is gone. We actually, 6.4 million may have been able to keep Levshinov, but you know what? Having all that money at the deadline is going to be a lot more, I think, you know, usable for us, especially if we are trying to make a crazy, you know, 4 straight Stanley Cup final push. Ozelinch there will just qualify. I'm looking at all these medium elite goalies plus the high. I mean, are you kidding? That is a cheat code. We sorted by skaters here too. You can see the 2 elite skaters we just drafted. Rolison, Ackerman, also Santala there's a low elite. I think Picard there was our 1 bad pick, but that's okay. And now looking at our defense here, guys, gonna be George back in league min. And honestly, it really helped us out the fact Aitchison, Quinn, and Fallberger there all still making under $1 million. That's why we actually have such a good D with, you know, the cap space we do. And so now, guys, for the free agency period, again, I think our team is set for next year, even with, you know, 6.4 million in cap space. We'll save that. Nathan McKinnon, oh my gosh, 18.6, 94 overall. He actually went up 1 since we saw him in the playoffs. Who's going to pay him that? I don't know, but he's definitely worth it. Cutter Gauthier wants a ton, is 92. You got Pelosi there. Thomas going to get paid. Zellweger, of course, we saw at the trade deadline. Leonard definitely taken off from that 18 million down to 11.7, but a ton of really good players. Goaltending wise, just kind of curious. Lennon up to a 90. So, you know, always looking for guys, 2-way goalies, medium starter. It's fine. It's nothing really crazy. We could use, I think, 1 AHL defenseman as well as probably an AHL forward. Ralph and Skahan, hopefully I said that right, look the best. 25-79, high top 6. Defensive defenseman there. Skahan's only got 81-6 check, but he's got good physical. Ralph's is almost as good. So yeah, honestly, could just sign both these guys. We have like 1 extra AHL D-man and not the end of the world. And obviously our AHL team has won 1 Calder Cup. I would like them to potentially, you know, win 1 more. Forwards, Sumal there, free low elite. Definitely sign him. And then you got Gryden here. Hopefully I said that. Right winger. Playmaker. He's actually got a good shot. 25 years old, medium top 6. Why? Who drafted this guy? Calgary in 2024. Why didn't they sign him? I don't know, but we can add him to the AHL team. That'd be solid. And he says yes immediately. Okay, so yeah, I think AHL team now is good. We're just going to sim and hopefully have good growth throughout the summer. And now we're talking Patrick Waugh for next season. No surprise. He thinks we can compete for a 4th straight cup. And in terms of preseason focus here, definitely not going to do 5v5 because a lot of the guys I've seen had low speed. So could do conditioning, bump everyone's speed. Or we could do strength training. That's what I'm thinking. That way a lot of our defensemen will have, you know, higher ratings because physicality matters more for them. Also, too, just harder team to play against come playoff time. Of course, we are a playoff team. Oilers here offering us Seth Jones. Gonna say no. Now finally here, guys, I'll show what the team is looking like for next season. Let me know in the comments. Do you think this team can 4-peat or not? First line there, as I mentioned, we're putting Yzerman there. He's been the goal scoring leader the whole time, and he's playing with, two great playmakers in Eichel and Barzal. They get a +5. Second line here, Holmstrom back in the top 6, playing with Hagens and Skortsov. So I feel like our top 6 as a whole is just amazing. We actually have 2 worse wingers in the top line, but they sim better. So we'll see. Third line there, Valentini now getting a chance, 86 overall, playing with Horvat there and Wasselin. So the young guys, getting that ice time they wanted. Eklund finally makes a team, playing with Pinto there and Bird. Bird's an 86 elite potential, but two-way forward, seems to be more of a defensive player. And then defensively here, guys, Quinn Hughes, Schaefer, still our top pair. Fallberger, Reinbacher is now the second. I see Schaefer's actually got the stick him up zone ability now. Reinbacher there's got truculence. HSM on the team finally. Quinville there, his D partner on the bottom pair. Goaltending here, Sorokin, 86 overall. Luckily, he still has all his X factors, so he should, I think, be fine. AHL, we got Miller there. If you look at the forward group, looking pretty solid. We got a lot of high 70s, some 80s. This Gradin guy we just signed, I'm going to try and turn him to a sniper. He's actually got a really good shot. If he says yes, I'll probably actually put him first line. I think it kind of pop off. Defensively, I think everyone's just, high 70s, but they should still be one of the better AHL teams. So, look at the roster there, guys. I think no reason why we can't, at least make some damage come playoff time again. We actually have $8 million in cap space with this roster. So, like I was saying, we can make a massive trade at the deadline. We could bring in a $60 million player at 50% retained. So we'll see what happens. Now, in terms of the ratings, guys, for the final season, we got 96 offense, 95 defense, and 89 goaltending. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. My controller's Ted. See you later.